Executed in Houston. That's how TMZ describes the murder of a Memphis man identified as a suspect in the murder of rapper Saysoo. Police say Jaden Dandridge is in this video of the March 22nd shooting near the FedEx Forum. And now we know that Dandridge was found dead in Houston. Fox 13's Jeremy Pierre joins us live. Just shocking to hear what's happening here.
Yeah, according to the TMZ reports, that shooting suspect, Jaden Dandridge, police in Houston found him executed in an abandoned building. Now, police say Dandridge is one of multiple people caught on camera carrying out the attack. Memphis police identified him as a suspect on March 26. Less than 24 hours later, Houston police responded to a deadly shooting at an abandoned mall. TMZ reports Dandridge shot multiple times. Memphis police confirmed that Dandridge is dead, though he hasn't been officially named as the victim in the mall shooting.
I can't retaliate because that's not righteous. Because my brother had his own dealings as a man that a nigga gotta respect, and a opportunity to make me 100% accountable for the same thing that they felt, whatever the situation is, because I still don't know what the situation is with my brother. But
you do the crime, you gotta do the time, but sometimes you ain't gonna make it to do the time because you just gonna get smoked before you even get a chance to go to the jail. You know, streets got justice too. The same way the courts got justice, the streets got justice, and they got judge, jury, executioner. Sometimes that happen to be the same person in the streets. But let's go ahead and get straight into this nonsense that just happened, because not only did someone lose their life to senseless violence, Saysoo Sauce Walker's artist, but the killers of Saysoo have also, well, one of the killers has also lost their life now. And I feel like that's just crazy that they, not less than 48, 72 hours later, they lost their life after doing something so crazy. But let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, guaboyg, and Twitter, guaboyg. Let's go ahead and get straight into the video. I'm going to read this article that's brought to us by AOL, and let's get straight into it. Sauce Walker shooting suspect dead after being found shot multiple times in abandoned building. Men wanted in connection with the shooting of rapper Sauce Walker, real name Albert Mundane, on March 22nd has been found shot dead inside an abandoned building in Houston, police have confirmed. Jaden Dandridge, 21, was found shot multiple times on March 27th. The Houston Police Department has said there has been no arrest and no motive has been made public. While police in Memphis, where the original shooting took place, have confirmed that they're no longer seeking Dandridge, report TMZ. Police are still searching for another man, Kevin Brown, 22, on charges of first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, employment of a firearm during commission of a dangerous felony, and property theft. Surveillance video appeared to show Brown and Dandridge fleeing the scene and shooting outside of a West End hotel in Memphis just over a week ago. During the attack, Sauce Walker was shot in the thigh. A reward of $6,000 has been offered for information that leads to Brown apprehension. The shooting claimed the life of Sauce Walker's ally, Saysoo, whose real name was Latorian Hunt, 27. The car the two suspects were driving, a stolen 2021 Dodge Charger, since has been recovered as part of the investigation. And this is going to be a picture of the dumbass that got caught with his mask off right after or before doing the hit, Jaden Dandridge. A warrant was issued for first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder ×2, and employment of a firearm during the commission of a felony ×2. In a post on Facebook, Saysoo's mother, Toya Redwing, said that her son was set up by haters, quote unquote. This is the type of lies and shit that keeps mothers losing their sons. My son never stole anything, never ran off with anything, didn't have two haters set him up, but not because he stole a dime. He would give his last before he stole anything. Please stop spreading rumors. On March 22nd, a police spokesperson said that the robbery was a possible motive for the shooting. In an interview with K Houston, Sauce Walker's father said, "Had it not been for God, my son would have been dead." Hours after news Dandridge's death broke, Sauce Walker wrote on Instagram, "RP Saysoo in the name of brother. I love Memphis. I love y'all. Have no hard feelings. The investigation is ongoing." So one thing I want to do is cover a couple of things that was said in this article. The first one being what Saysoo's mother said, that he did not run off with any money and that haters set him up. This is said because apparently a rumor is going around that Saysoo ran off with $200,000 from someone in Memphis. That is why the hit was put on his head, and that's why people are after him. But who knows what could really be going on? The streets gets much deeper than we think and much deeper than we There is no telling of what exactly happened, but that is what apparently happened and why he was targeted and why people were on his ass as bad as they were when he was in Memphis, which is crazy because they got his location from a video that he took, a promo video for his Instagram or his Instagram story. He had the West End location in the background on the door, so people were able to see that, and it's crazy that's the same video that Sauce Walker did not repost because he knew it was going to lead to someone knowing their exact location. But I wish that he told Saysoo P to take the video down, but who knows, he might have not. It might have been too late even if they took the video down at that point. So whatever happened up until that point happened. But another thing I would like to cover is how was someone that just committed a murder in Memphis able to make it back to Houston and then getting taken out? There's a couple theories that I have in my mind right now, but one thing I do want to do is not implicate Sauce Walker at all in this, because he did go on an interview and say that he was not interested in any get back or any form of retaliation because he understood that his artist was in some street business or some street beef, so he did not want to get involved with that.
Extreme.
That's the part. You also have to incorporate these people are willing to do the extreme to take your belongings or to take your life. And sometimes people I always think motherfuckers coming at the next black person or the next person in this world, a lifestyle, to take their belongings or to take their valuables. Sometimes it's about taking your life.
That's it. But I like how you're turning into something else.
Yeah, I can. If I wanted to, I could have motherfucking 400-500 different men, good men down here from different cities and states, including mine, around here ready to do whatever by snapping my finger in retaliation to what happened to me and my little brother. But as much as it hurt my soul and it really break me down, I'm damn near getting emotional right now thinking about the shit that I can't retaliate because that's not righteous. Because my brother had his own dealings as a man that a nigga gotta respect, and a motherfucker had the opportunity to make me 100% accountable for the same thing that they felt, whatever the situation is, because I still don't know what the situation is with my brother, but whatever it was, they could have held me the same level of accountable that they did him and took my life for no reason the same way. Whatever that his is taken for. So,
but he also understands that he could have died that day as well, so that's why he wants to avoid all forms of retaliation. And honestly, I can't blame him. If someone stood over me, that he's murked my homie, well, let's say not murked my homie, let's put it like this: you're in a new town with some persons you're in a new town with some people that you just met. You're in their city. They showing you a good time. They get murked in front of you for some beef or some business that they had long ago. And the people stand over you but don't finish you off. That is actually a pretty good thing, because they could have ended your life as well, but they chose not to because you weren't involved. And that's the real rules of the streets that no one follows anymore. So I can't get mad at you for handling your business how you saw fit. You did spare my life, and I do thank you for that. But I can't seek retaliation. I can say RP to my brother. I can give all the wishes and condolences and money to his family. I cannot give retaliation for that because they could have took his life. But the couple theories that I have after watching this video and actually seeing the information that's dealing with this case is, I feel like a couple of things could have happened. One, he could have been backdoored by some people that he knew in Houston and they already had money on his head. Not saying Sauce Walker had money on his head, but maybe someone in his camp, someone that knows Sauce Walker, someone that just doesn't like how things went down. They had money on his head. He got backdoored by people he knew because he felt like he could take shelter in Houston from Memphis, which is reasonable because he's coming from Memphis all the way down. So he's thinking, oh, Memphis police ain't gonna follow me. But one thing they will do is extradite your ass for murder. They will extradite you for murder. There's no timeline to book someone on murder, and they will extradite you from anywhere. They will extradite you from Guantanamo, China, Japan, as long as the country allow it for murder. So that was a smart, dumb thing to do, but it was smart because you were trying to get away from the scene. But also, what could have happened is someone that paid for the hit or paid for Saysoo P to get shot could have paid them, but also taken them out because they were a loose end that could have snitched on them in the end, but also because they had something to do with shooting Sauce Walker, which is not a part of the deal, and that's something they told them to not do. So there's a lot of things that could have led up to this. There's a lot of things that could have went wrong, but I feel like the retaliation was a must because you took someone's life. When you take someone's life, you don't have any type of input on what happens back to you, how you go about things, what your next move is going to be. It's not up to you at that point. You can think that you're going to go to Houston, but at the end of the day, the police could have got him, feds could have been pulled him over, they could have been trailing him, satellites could have been having surveillance. So it's a lot of things that could have went down, but at the end of the day, I personally just feel like he did something that was wrong, and something that was wrong happened to him back. And an eye for an eye is a real thing, and we might all go blind, but at least we're all blind together. And as a one up on you. So I understand the situation that they were put in, but at the end of the day, that was on them for going on a hit, taking their mask off before and after the hit, walking around, switching cars like lackadaisical, knowing that they're finna get into a hit, knowing they're finna have to run from the police, knowing that there's cameras everywhere. It doesn't matter that it's Memphis, there's cameras everywhere. I don't understand why y'all would do that. So now the driver probably not even finna get hit, or the person that was in the passenger seat, because they were smart about it at least. The two people in the back seat, which were the main shooters, are going to get hit. So I feel like if you do dumb crimes, dumb things are going to happen to you. Honestly, RP to Saysoo P, there is no telling why he was actually targeted or why he was actually hit. But all we can do is just pray for the deceased and also for their families, because even though they are no longer with us and they did crazy things, I don't want to see anyone die. I'm definitely not a fan of violence. So it's crazy that this happened, but at the end of the day, you do crime comes back on you. And, you know, streets is just nothing that you just don't want to get involved in, because you never know how it's going to go happen. But RIP to Saysoo P, RIP to the two people that are no longer with us anymore, which happen to be the shooters. And I hope that this is the end of this nonsensical violence that we're facing right now. This epidemic of crazy things that are going on. Let's just cut the BS, stop the violence, and let's just keep pushing the peace, y'all. Like J May said, we can't be over whooping, we gotta push that peace.